Before we get out of here, I guess we have to touch on the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and RG3 and Ryan Clark dissing each other. I don't think we're gonna put them in the diss track tier list, but they are going at each other right now. I'll start off just by saying this. I have been someone who has watched a lot of WNBA ball even prior to the big boom. I've been watching it for a while. I remember telling Stan that like them years that the Minnesota Lynx and the LA Sparks went to the finals against each other back to back years. I felt like that was like that was
That was the
amazing.
best WNBA basketball. You talk about the
Yeah.
Maya Moore links.
Yeah. And they played the Sparks in back-to-back years in the finals, man. Like it was great. It was great basketball. And I remember during that time, there was the Warriors and the Cavs was playing in the NBA finals all the time. And I remember saying like the best finals is in the WNBA right now. Because we knew what the Warriors were at that time, but the best entertainment was WNBA. So
WNBA.
I'm happy that the WNBA is finally starting to get their shine because I watched both of those games of not opening because the opening night was the night before, but they on Saturday they had 2 games and I watched them both. And I remember the first game I just like looking at the crowd and seeing the crowd it was a big ass crowd, like a massive crowd, and they got lighting and all this. I'm like, yo, WNBA has arrived, man. I'm just so happy to see it.
Yep.
But I just kind of hate how we got here, but at the same time, I'm just happy we're here. So a part of me is like, I don't care because I'm just happy that WNBA is getting shine, but I just hate how we got here. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna
The
just open
product
it
is
up.
great, but the
Yeah,
process
I
is
hate the
what you hate. The
process.
product I love, but the process is bull.
Yeah, I just
Well, they
hate
trying to they
how.
trying to create. They trying
Yeah,
to create a Magic Bird thing with Angel and Caitlin, bro. Right?
right.
But the thing is, Magic and Bird accepted that though. Magic and Bird would talk smack about each other. Like even though they talk about it now, they was just selling the games. They always was cool. But Magic would say his stuff, and then Bird would say his stuff, and then Bird got a predominantly white team, and Magic got all the niggas, right? And it was Showtime versus the blue collar. You right? You got the fancy squad, and they trying to create that with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark don't want it. Caitlin Clark never says, "Oh, I can't wait to play Angel Reese. I'm gonna blow her out." When they ask her about Angel Reese, she say, "Look, I'm just competing." Like when Angel Reese said, we need to normalize women being fired up. I agree with that. They trying to make her out to be a hothead. No, we need to normalize women getting pumped. We need to normalize women showing emotions on the court. Let's normalize that shit. There's nothing wrong with her doing that, right? So, but they don't want it. Angel Reese and Caitlin don't want it. Now, if Angel Reese was saying, "Yeah, when I see Caitlin Clark, double. 15 and 20, 15 points, 20 rebounds. I'm going to bust her up." If Caitlin said, "Ooh, I'm circling Angel Reese on my calendar in the offseason," then it would be a little bit better because they're accepting the rivalry. We are actually pushing something that they are acceptant of, and it would make it bigger. But these girls, every time they asked about each other, when they asked Caitlin Clark, she said, "Look, it was just a take foul." If Caitlin Clark would have said, "Yeah, yo, she pushed my teammate, of course I'm going to go after her," it would make the rivalry that much stronger. It would make the rivalry. The media is trying to create a rivalry that doesn't really exist in these young girls' minds. You understand what I'm saying? There's like they're forcing them to fight. Yo, Angel Reese went on public and she said, "Listen, I love Caitlin Clark. I'm pretty sure one time we might be on the same team."
Yeah,
She said that at the end of the rookie year last year. Like, there is no beef. Like, there is no beef. Like with LeBron James and Steph Curry, LeBron James and Steph Curry, Klay Thompson actually said his feelings was hurt. And LeBron laughed, and it was like, "Oh, all right." That's when it became a rivalry.
Okay,
Them
hold
niggas
on,
was
hold
just
on.
playing each other in the finals.
I slightly disagree with what you're saying because I feel like rivalries kind of do get developed through us watching it, right? Like I don't think that LeBron versus Steph was looked at as a rivalry, but they never said nothing dissing each other. I mean, no, I take that back because LeBron
I'm about
made a
to say
little,
they did some
yeah.
chirping, bro.
No, but I'm saying that there was nothing that was like a diss to each other, like what you're saying you want them two to do. Like the only thing LeBron did say is when Steph won that unanimous MVP, and LeBron was like, I don't know, when you talk about most valuable, we got to think about what value is. So he took a little small jab, but it wasn't nothing serious. With this one, yeah, it's a rivalry because they played each other in college just like Magic and Bird did, right? And they played each other twice. They played the first time in the championship game. They played each other again in the Elite Eight. So when the same
Yep.
teams go against each other at the at the top, then yeah, it kind of creates a rivalry. And then obviously we know about the taunting and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a little bit of a rivalry. I don't think we should run from the rivalry just because they're not dissing each other. It's a rivalry, and like even if you don't say it in public, and I technically do wish Caitlin Clark would do it just because it's like, hey,
Yes, yo.
I kind of wish
Yes.
she would, because I know, bro, because she's a competitor. I know good and damn well after the taunting thing happened, I know good and damn well she was sitting there like, man, if I see them again, I'm dropping 40 on these
I'm
checks.
gonna scorch the
It's
fuck
going
out of
down,
them.
scorching them up,
Yep.
and then before the game, she had put the Angel Reese put her crown on the bench while Caitlin Clark was warming. I know she looked like, ooh, I got something for these niggas, man. I know she probably was, but she don't say it. But it is a rivalry. The big problem is that the talent level is just not equal. Like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, these are stars. These are superstars. Caitlin Clark is a superstar. Angel Reese is not. So the rivalry can't quite pick up
She's this
until
close though. She's this
she's not.
close.
Who's this
Angel Reese
close?
is this close to
She's
being a
not.
superstar.
She's not.
Bro,
When she gets a better team, when she gets a better
all
team,
Angel
it'll.
Reese need to do is add all Angel Reese need to do is add about 6 or 7 points to her average, and she's a superstar. She get 3 more buckets a night, she's a superstar. If she's averaging 18 and 13, that's a superstar.
I just wish she could put a little bit more, not threes, but a little bit more range to her game, and she just can't finish at the basket the way she did in college. I'm not sure what's quite
Yeah.
happened with that, but she's just not finishing at the rim like she did in college. It's been weird, you know what I mean? So, but what I like about this conversation, we're talking about basketball here, but the problem and why I just hate how this is gone is that the conversations isn't about basketball. The conversations is about other shit, and that's what
Right,
bothers me. Let me get Stan in
right.
here. What's your thoughts?
It's like Kurt said, it's a rivalry that the media is pushing that these girls don't want. Again, on the court, if we're being competitive and we're playing basketball, cool, no problems. The problem becomes when the media jumps in and tries to make this shit more than something what it is, and that's what they've done, going all the way back to college when Angel did the "Can't See Me" stuff, and they lost their fucking minds because God forbid the black girl show confidence and taunt the little white girl that doesn't do anything or say anything, even though Caitlin Clark talks as much shit as anybody, as anybody that you can think of as far as the women's game. She talks a ton of shit, talks a lot of shit, and I ain't got no problem with it, by the way,
Yep.
at all. I have no problem with it. But why you always singling out the black girl for doing it? Again, I know that the bottom line is this whole conversation is about one thing, and it's about race, and people can keep poo-pooing that they want to. That's the bottom line. This country is not evolved past this to past the black and white thing. It just hasn't. No matter how much people want to tell you they have, no matter how much everybody wants to push this narrative that we're in a post-racial society, we're not. We're just not. And that's my problem, is that people want to act like it's not about something when it really is.
When it
That's
really
just what it
is.
is.
It is,
This is
Yep.
what this is
and
all
I hate
about.
that
This
it
is what it's
is. Yeah,
always been about. Well, that's what this country is, man. And unfortunately, that's what it is. We have not, and I want to say not we, but as a country, we have not progressed past black and white. They just have not. And the media wanted to make Angel Reese into this big villainous. And again, Angel had no problem being the villain in this story, but
She
she
doesn't.
does not. But no, she has no problem being the villain with this. The problem is that people can't keep it about basketball.
right.
Yep.
That's the problem, and that these
Bingo.
these people can't keep it about basketball. Why is Angel Reese facing again racial taunts from these hillbillies in Indiana?
I don't know.
Again, why can't it be about basketball? Why does it have to be about race, and why does it have to be about racial tropes? Why does it have to be about that stuff? Because white folks in this country have not evolved past that simple, that bottom line, simple, we hate black people. They haven't evolved past this. No matter how much they try to tell you they have, no matter how much we try to push this post-racial society, and oh my God, America elected a black man president. This country is the same racist filth that has been for 500 years. It has not changed. And unfortunately, because it has not changed, and people try to push the narrative that it has, this is what we get. We get this passive aggressive racist bullshit when it comes to just two basketball players. All these girls are doing playing basketball. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are basketball players. They're hoopers. That's what they want to do. Off the court, they have a presence. Absolutely. Angel has a presence off the court. Caitlin has a presence off the court. They all are making money off the court and on the court. They're growing the game of basketball on the court as well. And they're doing a great job of doing it. I just wish we would focus on that and stop focusing on every time somebody gets fouled is a fucking
I agree.
conversation. And that brings me to the Robert Griffin part of this and the Ryan Clark part of this.
Sure.
And I got a lot to say about this part. I definitely, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Caitlin and Angel, they're two basketball players they're trying to play, and the media is trying to push them into some sort of Magic and Bird rivalry because it's based on race, and they're just not interested in it. They're not playing. They're not playing into it. They're not interested in it.
Well, Stan, real quick. You would agree though that the Magic and Bird thing had a racial component to it too, though, right?
That's what it was all about, man. No matter what people said, that's what it was about.
But they accepted it.
I don't think they accepted the racial part of it. I could be wrong.
What I'm saying is, hear me out, Ray. What I'm saying is, back then, I'm with you. Yes, there was, but there was a certain level of competition because one was the Lakers and one was the Celtics. You understand what I'm saying? And then you had, because you remember, you had Bill Russell versus Wilt Chamberlain not too long ago.
That is true.
So now this team gets Bird and this team gets Magic. Now, yes, it's a black and white guy, so of course we're going to play the racial things, but that was more about the contrast to basketball. The Showtime Lakers versus the blue chip Celtics. And they accepted it. Now, we made it like society made it about race, but it was based on the Lakers played like niggas.
But Kurt,
right? They was fancy. And they was slashy, they was fancy and flashy, and the Celtics was hard-nosed, straightforward, blue-collar, blue chip, and they accepted the rivalry. They talk smack to each other off the court. When they ask Magic about the Celtics, they smack about, yeah, we want to beat them, yeah, we don't like them, yeah, we can't wait to see them.
But not yet, though.
But that's what made the rivalry.
Hold on. I don't think they did that their first year. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this thing has to grow. It has to evolve. The Chicago Sky's got to turn into a better basketball team. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like if this thing kind of keeps going, maybe we could have a little bit of something. That's all I'm saying. But I said the problem is that Angel Reese simply has to become a better basketball player for the rivalry to even exist because she's just not on that level yet. But I'm just saying that, like, the racial component is part of it. I just wish it wasn't everything. I wish that that the cake and the frosting and everything that goes into it was about basketball. And if you want to throw the racial sprinkles on the top of it, I bet. But I just wish that this whole thing was a basketball thing and not the race thing.
It's not.
Right now, it feels like the race is the cake. You know what I mean? It feels like all people are talking about is the racial component. That's what I hate. But go ahead, Stan. You about the RG3 thing.
But no, that's the problem, and that's the problem with it. But like I said, it is what it is. I don't whatever. But this part of it is where I get irritated.
Okay.
You have Robert Griffin III, or we're gonna call him Robert Griffin the Coon, whatever you want to call him. Is up to you. But this buffoon Griffin, who was awful on television, which is why he's not at ESPN anymore. He got fired because he was awful at his job. And he wants to chime in on this thing because God knows that's what we all do. We got to chime in on shit we don't know nothing about, but we got to chime in on it and want to say that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. No, she doesn't.
She does not.
You want to jump on that? That's the problem. And what Griffin was doing was he was pushing the racial component of this and pushing the narrative that the black girl has to be jealous of the white girl's success, blah blah blah, and she has to be jealous and she can't stand him because it is beyond professional. No, it's not. She don't hate that girl. I'm sure if they saw each other at a club, they would kick it up, they would do whatever, they'd be great. They don't hate each other. They're competitors. Angel reacted to the foul as what a competitive basketball player would react to getting hammered. And we have seen it a million fucking times with every great
Yep.
player. Michael Jordan was getting ready to kill Reggie Miller because of a foul.
Yep.
We've seen it a million times, but for whatever reason, when it comes to women, and that's more that racial, sexist bullshit this country still can't get beyond, that women are supposed to act a certain. No, these women are, the women in the WNBA are as competitive, fiery, talking as much shit as any athlete, any sport, male, female, regardless. There's more shit talking in this league than I think any league that we have.
Yep.
And I love it. I love it. It's one of the best things about the WNBA is the competitiveness in regular season games that you just don't see in the NBA. You just don't. There's so much competitiveness with these women because, again, it's not as many games and there's not as many teams, so the playoff spots are, there's a lot of, but the shit talking and the competitiveness that you see in the W is one of the best things about it. And but for whatever reason, there's still this women can't act. Fuck out of here with that. Sure they can. They can be as fiery and as
Yep.
competitive as anybody, and that's what Caitlyn and
Yep.
Angel are two of the most competitive. They're just competitors. And that's how a competitive reacts to getting a foul that was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fouling me like that.
Yep.
But once it was
Yep.
over and she got back, and she was like, it was a basketball play, referees got to move on. That's all it is. But the media, of course, can't move on. And that's where Robert Griffin comes into play because he wants to do oh my gosh, she really hates Caitlin Clark, man. You can just tell it's not basketball. It's like, dude, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
And
Like, like you are in that conversation.
Yeah, why the fuck you in this conversation, nigga? And then Robert, and basically what Ryan Clark was saying was like, what are you talking about, man? And how would you even know anything? Again, you're playing into the stereotypes and you're playing into the narrative that the media has been trying to push with these two. You're playing into it. And you're a black man. Why are you playing into this? And then, and again, when we talk about, again, this is a very touchy conversation for, I guess, for some people, not for me. I don't give a fuck.
Go.
Go ahead, talk
You
your
know,
talk.
man, I don't give a shit. The component of a black man and him being with a white partner, and I don't say black man, but it's black person, white partner, whatever you want to say. But we're going to talk about black men and white women. Robert Griffin acts like his wife is a trophy wife because she's white, not because she's pretty, not because she's a catch, not because she's a 10, any of that bullshit. It's because she's white. That's my problem with Griffin. That's my problem with him. You act like your wife is a catch and is a trophy, and you prop her up, which you're supposed to do. You're supposed to prop your
Yeah,
wife
you're
up.
supposed
You're
to.
supposed to prop your You're supposed to prop your spouse up. We all know this. We've all had spouses. We've all had wives. All that shit. We know. That's what you're supposed to do. Griffin props his up because she's white, and that was Ryan Clark's problem. You prop your chick up because she's white, not because you love her, not because she's a 10, not because she's this, not because of that. You propping her up because she's white. That's that coon shit I'm talking
And
about.
that's the
That's
way to
that.
get the job. That's the way to get sponsorship.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way to get a job. That's the way to get sponsorship. Look at me. I got a white wife and white children. Look at me. I'm Robert Griffin. It's pathetic. And again, I don't think Ryan Clark was attacking his wife, but of course, Robert Griffin, of course, he would know because he's with a white woman, knows how to act like a white woman apparently. So he started doing the victimhood stuff. He started doing the white woman tears stuff. Oh my God, Ryan Clark attacked my wife. No, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck he didn't. He didn't attack your wife, nigga. He attacked you, nigga, because you're a cornball. Rob Parker said that shit
And he got put
2014,
off.
whatever
Yeah,
year it
yo,
was,
son.
and
I
he
was
got
about to
fired
say
for
that,
that.
son. I was
Now,
about to say that.
before I go too far, let me make it very, very clear. Rob Parker should have been fired for what he said because at the time he questioned the blackness of one of the most popular players in the NFL, who was a black quarterback at a time where the black quarterback was still an endangered species. It ain't like that now, but then it was. This is pre Lamar, pre all these great Jaden Daniels,
Pat
pre all these guys
Mahomes,
coming to the league.
Jalen,
Pat,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Robert Griffin was a endangered species. He's like Bigfoot. You ain't seen too many black quarterbacks at the time. So because of that, and then you have this guy on television basically questioning his blackness because he dates a white woman. Yeah, that's why he got fired. He should have been fired for that.
But it aged well,
However,
though.
It
It
did age
aged
well.
well.
it aged well. It actually aged well. I'm sure Parker's sitting there back somewhere laughing his ass off. Because like I told you motherfuckers about this Robert Griffin. Yeah, you did. And you're right. Robert Griffin's a cornball. Again, go back and watch some of the stuff he did on TV. It was awful. Some of the stuff he was
Mhm.
doing, just cornball. It's like this nigga has no soul whatsoever, it feels like. He's just a cornball nigga. And everybody said that about Robert Griffin. And again, it got nothing to do with the fact you married to a white woman. It's the way you prop your white wife up. That's the problem. Don't do that, man. You want to prop your wife up because she's beautiful and she's pretty and all that fun shit that you're supposed to do as a man, then you go ahead and do that. Don't prop your wife up because she's white, nigga. And you supposed to be a black man. The fuck is wrong with you? He should have been called out by anybody. And Ryan Clark was absolutely right. But as usual, this is what happens. Then you call him out, and then Robert Griffin wants to play the victim role. Like, you attacked my wife. You attacked me. No, he didn't, nigga. And then these white sympathizers want to attack Ryan Clark. Like, nigga, you got a biracial daughter. And this is where things get out of control in this with everything. Where it's like this has nothing to do with the conversation that we were having. Y'all take it completely left because again, this is what your primitive aspect is to attack the black man.
Yep.
That is the primitive nature of white America is to attack the black person, attack the black woman, attack the black man. That's what they're conditioned to do. That's what they do. They've been doing it for 500 years. It ain't gonna change. It's their primitive nature is to attack the black person, attack the black woman, attack the black man, attack the black woman for being confident in herself, for being
Yep.
outspoken, for being all these things that Angel Reese is, and not just Angel Reese, but plenty of black women in this country, in professional sports, in the world. They do not like that. They don't like
Yep.
confident black women. They never have, they never will. So when you get people like that, and then you got Caitlin Clark, the wholesome middle America farm girl who just goes out and plays the game and all that bullshit. You know, she talks as much
But that's
shit as
really
any
what
of
she
them.
is, though, Stan. She really is the farm girl that goes out to play basketball. She talk her
And
shit, but that's really what she is, though.
but that's what they are framing her, and that's what she acts like. That's not who she is. She's as fiery and competitive as anybody, but that's the narrative they want to
Oh,
create
oh,
for
oh,
her.
I see what you're
And
saying. I
that's
see what you're saying.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
narrative they want to create. She's the wholesome farm girl playing basketball. And Angel Reese is the angry black woman that's just jealous of her success. That's what they've been trying to play. And Robert Griffin, this buffoon Griffin, played into that with his stupid ass commentary, with his white wife singing in the background. The fuck is wrong with you, man? And it's just this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with these niggas out here who think they've become something special because they fuck a white woman. No, you're not. You are still a nigga. No matter how many white
Still a
women you
nigga.
fuck, no matter how many white women you prop up, no matter how many snow bunnies that you want to prop around and how many white children you want to prop up and look at me, you are still a nigga in this country. And Robert Griffin clearly doesn't understand that because he thinks that he's above all this stuff. Well, because I got a white wife, nigga. I don't give a fuck who you marry. You say something
Nigga, you ain't
stupid, nigga,
learned
you're
from
gonna get
Tiger
called out.
Woods? You ain't learned from Tiger Woods?
Apparently not. He hasn't learned from Tiger Woods, nigga. No matter how much you prop your white wife up, you're still a nigga in this country.
Still a
You're
nigga.
still that's who you are. You was as black as you were. You was as black as you was yesterday than you are today. No matter who you fuck, no matter who you prop up, that's who you are. And guys like Griffin, and again, there's plenty of guys like that in the media. We know who they are, who like to
Mm-hmm.
promote this stuff and like to prop up the white supremacy narrative. Again, whether
Mm-hmm.
they're too stupid to not know they're doing it or not. And apparently Griffin is too stupid to know that's what he was doing. But again, it's silliness, it's dumbness. It does not promote the game. All it does is just keeps reinforcing the racial component to this country that has existed for 500 years and will consist until the end of time. Because that's
All right,
just what
Hey,
it
Stan.
is.
all right, Kurt, get in
Hey,
here.
and Stan, if to go off what you were saying, if Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese hate each other because how they compete against each other, then your brother hate me, bro. Cause he used to foul the shit out of me, bro. What the fuck? Your brother used to whack me on the court when we had gym, bro. But I understood like this was the only way he could really like stay in front of me. You know what I mean? And I just used to like get off me, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like fight him back. But right after that, it was never no beef. We used to go play live. We used to battle. But he used to foul the shit out of me, bro. You see what I'm saying? But he was just competing, bro.
It's called playing
Angel Reese
physical.
is just competing. She's happy.
It's just
That's
yeah.
all she
It's
is,
competition.
bro. Like,
It's
yo,
competition.
Michael
It's
Jordan and
competing.
Charles Oakley. Michael Jordan and Charles Oakley are like this to this day. You can't tell when you look at them Knicks Bulls games that he was throwing Michael Jordan little ass to the ground and all that shit. That is how you compete, bro. That does not mean they hate each other. That does not mean they dislike each other. Angel Reese is in the heat of the moment. Though she had a free shot, and Caitlin Clark said, "Nah, bitch, I'm not about to give you that easy shot after you just push my teammate, nigga." And that's all. Angel Reese got up and said, "Yo, don't touch me like that, nigga. Damn, what's wrong with you?" And Caitlin Clark said, "Bitch, I ain't worried about you," and walked off.
Yep.
How the fuck Aaliyah Boston get a technical for that shit?
I don't understand that at all. That was weird.
Like, yo, what's going on? Like, so what I'm saying is, let these girls compete. Let these girls compete, and let's stop making it about race. And yo, and RG3, yo, your big giant croissant eating ass, bro. I swear, yo, I just want somebody to hit this nigga with a frozen cup, bro. Like I want him to walk down the street. I want him to walk down the street. Somebody just drop a bag of ice on him from a third floor or something, bro. Like I want like some cartoon shit to happen. Like he go to work one day, open up his car door, and an anvil fall on his dumb ass, and he get one of them tumors that like whoop. Like that nigga gets on my nerves, bro. Like, and all he does, if you listen to him talk, he pushes a narrative for like white America. And I'm not talking about like the white people that's with us, because we in Baltimore City. We know, yo, we go outside and see some broke ass white people that don't hate us. They not racist. They just like us. They just white. We got a bunch of them in this city. Okay. I'm not talking to that. I'm talking to the ones that want to keep us below them, the racist ones. His narratives always cater to them.
Mhm.
Always cater to whatever they are saying. That's what his narrative that's what his narrative agrees with. And he been a clown, he been a coon, he been a sellout, he been an Uncle Tom. He been all that shit. Sambo. What was he Samuel Jackson and Django? He want to you know what? He's a what he is, an extraordinary nigga. Ain't that what they called him? Exquisite nigga. He's an exquisite nigga. That's what he is. You see what I'm saying? Um, I don't want. You know what? I don't even really want. I don't really want to go into too much detail about this exquisite nigga, but I want to thank Ryan Clark, man. Ryan Clark. I know it's hard for Ryan Clark to do what he do, y'all, because he is our conscious voice, despite where he is. Like Ryan Clark is at the top, and he still stays true to the consciousness of, you know, the areas and the morals that where we come from as people. He stays true to him. Now he does say some shit I don't like. I'm not gonna say he's perfect, but for the most part, Brian Clark sticks to the rubric for black people. He's totally conscious, he's totally aware, and he's awake when he speaks. And I want to just give Ryan Clark some roses, you know what I mean, for being that voice, despite where he is.
Right.
Because this a nigga at ESPN that used to be that voice. You know what I mean? Stephen A. Smith used to be that. I don't know where he went with it. Like five when Skip left and it was just his show, he just went crazy. I don't know where the fuck he went since then, but
He
he
about to run.
used to
He
be
about to
that
run for
voice.
president. He about to run for
Huh?
president. He about to run for president. Stephen A.
Who?
Stephen A. Smith.
President for the hair club for men at this point, but nobody knew.
Listen, what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say to you is, RG3, wherever you are, you can suck my dick, my nigga. Like straight. I do not care about you. No, real talk, yo. It's niggas like you. I hope he see this. I hope he see this. If
He
he
probably
want, he
won't.
could DM me. I'll give him my address. That dude, yo, I swear, yo, he crawls underneath of my skin, bro, trying to be the white black nigga. It's not gonna work, bro. You keep pushing their narratives, you keep pushing their agendas, and it's niggas like you that set black people back, bro. I'm tired of you. I'm sick of you, and I hope your little ass fall down the elevator shaft. I want you to live. I just don't want you to walk the same the rest of your life. I need something to happen to him, bro. I need this nigga to get hit by lightning. I need something to happen to this nigga, bro. And I don't really wish bad shit, but like we ain't got time for halfway black no more, bro. Like it's getting down to the nitty gritty for us that like, whereas though, if you're going to speak to the consciousness, like we don't normally speak to the consciousness of black people. We speak to our opinions about music, our opinions about basketball. But if you're going to speak to the consciousness of black people, you got to do that shit right, or you got to shut the fuck up, bro. Period. We don't have room. We don't have time. Like our kids are
Exactly.
dying. Like our mothers are getting older. Our grandparents are being buried. They had these fake phonies step in front of our people, bro. We had to have these fake, phony people stepping in front of our people with these narratives that hold us back. So RG3, yo, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That is one dude in the media that I do want to just punch him in his face, bro. I want to punch this nigga in his face so bad, bro. Like I don't normally get this upset and get mad, but when we talk about RG3, bro, I just want to just like I want to hurt this nigga, bro. All all of these niggas that's pushing these false narratives, bro, we gotta get rid of them. We gotta find a way because they setting us back. Yo, he one of them niggas that wouldn't be here if Tupac was alive. You see what I'm saying? You know how Tupac would squash anything that was negative towards black people and what we was doing. He would speak up. He spoke up against the culture vultures. He spoke up against the black people that was being phony towards us. Like we need somebody like Pac to eliminate these people. And I want to thank Ryan Clark for being somebody to step up to try that. I think Ryan Clark, if you look at Ryan Clark's face, I think Ryan Clark want to punch him in the face too, bro. I think he really do. Like I think Ryan Clark feel like me a little bit. Like how he was, when Ryan Clark start doing that and his head go back a little bit when he talk, like, he upset, bro. I know he want to punch RG3 in the face. So RG3 got to go, bro. They already fired him and he bought a camera himself.
pretty
Like, you got
much.
to go, bro. You got to go, bro.
All right,
I'm
Wusa,
sorry, bro.
Wusa,
I'm sorry.
Wusa.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I didn't even get that upset, man. But I mean, I get it, man. I get it. No,
Yeah,
but
bro.
you
I
know what?
want to
I
hit this
get it.
nigga
I
in his
get it
mouth. I
because
swear to God, I want to hit RG3 in his mouth, yo.
Let me
I
say this.
swear I do, yo.
it's just these tap dancing Uncle Tom coon niggas that are in the media, the Jason Whitlocks and the Robert Griffins and the Emmanuel Ochos of the world. These guys have got to go, man. We have got to get these coons out of the media and get them away from our culture because they always every time these same guys pop up. That's literally, I think all Whitlock does is he just waits for things like this so he can pop up and do his anti ESPN, anti Stephen A, anti whoever black at ESPN, and the pushing narrative. They're just pushing these like, dude, nobody's pushing a racial narrative but you niggas, but you coons
Yep,
and you clowns. Y'all pushing this shit. We just trying to ball. We just trying to win. We just trying
yep,
to live. Y'all keep pushing this shit. Y'all keep pushing this shit. We want to enjoy life. We want to win in life. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy our families. We want to win. Y'all keep pushing this shit. Y'all keep pushing it. And at the end of the day, it's the Robert Griffins and these Jason Whitlocks and Emmanuel Ochos and Stephen A. Smiths and the Shannon Sharps and these guys who act like clowns on TV. They keep pushing this stuff.
yep,
And
yep.
we're just like, yo, y'all just keep pushing this shit, and we just trying to get away from it. We just
All
trying
right,
to
wait a
win. We just
minute.
trying to
So
compete.
hold on. I don't think you can put.
They got to go, yo.
Yeah, but you can't. You
Those dudes
can't.
that you describing, they got to go.
No, that's why I don't agree. I don't think you put Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp in the same category as Jason Whitlock. Like that's a bit extreme. Like
Nah, that's
Okay,
unfair.
no.
that's a bit
No,
extreme.
that's unfair, and I'll apologize for that. You can clip that if you want, but no, I don't mean that because it's. I think Shannon Sharp and Steven Sewers act like buffoons on TV, but they're not pushing this. They're not
Agenda.
pushing
Yeah.
the agenda, the white supremacist agenda that Jason Whitlock does.
All right. Let me
You
say
know,
this,
but
right? Let me say this about the RG3 thing. So for me, what annoyed me the most about it, the reason why I think it's the total package of what he did, because he's not an idiot. Like he knows that there's
Yeah,
what he's talking about is a racial component. We know what this Caitlin Clark Angel Reese thing is. We know what it is. We know it's a racial component.
yeah.
And so for him to go on camera and say what he said, and it was the one part of the video. I watched the whole thing just so I could know exactly what was said. He's sitting there mocking Angel Reese when, like last year, when there was a hard foul. He's like, "You foul him, baby," like mocking Angel Reese. And the whole time he's saying this, he has his wife, his white wife, behind him, almost like as display. It's like his Heisman Trophy sitting right there. His wife is right there. So it's
His
almost
wife.
like, yeah. So it's almost like saying, I'm going against, the black woman on this case, and I know this is a racial component. And by the way, look behind me here. That's what the whole thing came off to me. And let me be 1000% clear, because I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying. I ain't got no problem at all with interracial marriage. None at all.
Nope,
None.
not at all.
Zero. If you're watching this right now and you're in the dating scene and you just so happen to link up with someone who's a different race than you, and
Be
they
happy.
line up perfect with you, don't let none of these people say you're doing the wrong thing. Don't, if you're
Yep.
black and you find somebody white who you link up with, fuck what anybody got to say about it. Go marry. Get
Be
that
happy,
ring.
my nigga.
Get it done.
Yeah,
Life
absolutely.
is life is hard. It is even harder when you pick the wrong partner. If you found the
Exactly.
right partner, get the partner. So I
Yeah.
want to be 1000% clear on that. But
Facts.
RG3, the way he acted on that video, the things he said on that video, with her standing right behind him, was a coon performance for the ages. Now, it's not it's not
Oh,
to the
that's why I
level.
want to hit him in the mouth, yo.
It's not to the level of what we've seen before. I think one of the historic coon performances was Jason Whitlock was on Fox Sports. He was filling in for, I think, Colin Cowherd, and he was on there. He was upset about LeBron and Serena Williams doing like a commercial that was kind of like a black commercial. He was upset about that commercial, and he was just going off about it. And he wrapped himself up into an American flag when he was talking about it. Like that, that's the bar you got to clear when it comes to coon performances. So I don't think RG3 has gotten there yet. That's the bar. That Jason Whitlock put, that was a 45, 12, and 10 game there. So he's not quite
Yep.
there, but he's getting close, because that was a disgrace for him to do that, man. And then the after the fact to do the whole, you attack my wife, you attack my family, and all that stuff. And Ryan Clark did not do any of that. Now Ryan Clark, I just read, he did actually apologize for bringing up his wife, because I get it, because like, you know how people are, man. Like we talk about in the diss track tier list. It ain't about what you meant, it's how I received it. And when you bring up the
Right.
wife, it's
Right.
gonna make people react a certain way. So
Right.
Ryan Clark did apologize for it, but honestly, I don't think he had nothing to apologize for, because he didn't diss her. In fact, if you listen to what he said, he actually said that he feels like Robert Griffith puts his wife on a pedestal because of her skin color. He actually said he's met his wife and said, I think she's way more than that. So he actually bigged his wife up, saying that she's more than just a white woman. You feel what I'm saying? He actually bigged her up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that's my thing, man. Like, Robert Griffith made a complete ass of himself. I hate that he did that. Be happy whoever you marry, but like, don't forget who you are. It's kind of my thing. So that's what
And,
I
and the thing is, bro, like you said, bro, I'm not mad, bro. I've dated white women. White people are non-racist. White people are pots of gold, bro. They like the best people to be around. You know what I'm saying? Non-racist white people. What I'm saying is, like you say, it's not about him dating a white woman. It's about when I'm displaying this white woman to lessen the value.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That's my problem.
You know what I mean? That is part of the reason why I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I swear, like if I went outside, yo, and I seen RG3 right now, I'd probably spit in his face, bro. Like I really like, and I don't really get mad. I'm one of them dudes, yo. I'm one of them dudes that it's entertainment, and I take it as entertainment, right? So when people say shit, it don't. But Robert Griffin, this particular dude, this one guy, like he gets underneath of my skin so bad, bro. He gets underneath of my skin so bad that it just it pisses me off, bro. And I really do want to hurt this dude, yo. Like, I really wish, like, he might beat my ass, bro. You know what I mean? Because he is like 6'3", 240. He might get the best of me, bro. But I just want to connect first. I just want to feel the tip of his chin on my knuckle one time. And he can beat me. He can do whatever he wants. He can choke slam me and all that. I just want to land one on him. One time, bro. He gets underneath of my skin so bad, bro. He just looks like he's trying to appear to be white. He has a white man stance, and he sits behind with his shirt buttoned all the way up, and he's just a bitch ass nigga, bro. Hate this nigga, bro. I swear I hate that nigga, bro. Well, I ain't gonna say hate. I just extremely like. I extremely dislike him. I'm not gonna say I hate him, but I do want to punch him in his face, bro. I do, yo, so bad, bro. I do, bro.
He's a
Like if I
cornball,
can't reach his
man.
face,
But
at least let me connect with his shoulder or something, bro. Like I want to just aim for his face one time, bro. Even if I miss, let me hit his shoulder. Like I just want like one time, bro. He make me feel like that. And he had since like his rookie year, bro. So I never liked him, bro. Never.
All right.